And hello, all my fellow nerds out there. This is Oracle Nerd Richie, and welcome back once again to our Wonderland. It is blazingly hot outside. I have my AC going right now, but but it's probably just gonna be for today, anyways. I'm probably gonna take it down just after today, like before it turns night. Anyways, we're here in our Wonderland. We're continuing with Arc 2, and we just escaped a giant eyeball monster in the previous episode. So, so let's go ahead and continue where we left off. I blink. Of course, that'd be nice. Anything besides what we're currently doing would be nice right about now. Genzo look. Genzo sees me looking and shoots me a wave, nearly dropping his jacket back into the water in the process. I wave back, feeling somewhat awkward. Then I begin limping back over to the grass. This whole thing has got my head all weird. So Genzo clasps his hands together once he makes it back to the bank. Now that we almost died about 50 times, are we allowed to go back? He shrugs his jacket back on before pulling his cap over his curls. Not that I don't share your sentiment, but we've literally done nothing. We haven't even found anyone else yet. I was afraid you'd say something like that. Nevertheless, I, Genzo Ichihara, shall stay by your side as your loyal and trusted knight. Oh, since when did you get all so gallant? Last I checked, you always took off at the first sign of getting caught whenever we were doing something we weren't supposed to. He promptly slaps my shoulder. Since you lost fuck all reason, I have been doing nothing but nearly getting us killed, you idiot. Somebody needs to be the brains of this outfit, and apparently it's not gonna be Mr. Hotshot Programmer over here. Hey, he has point. Oh, dang it. I enable self voice. He has a point, to be honest. My head's been a little all over the place. And another thing, Genzo whirls back around, this time a finger pointing right at my face. Any more of that noble sacrifice shit out of you, and I'll off you myself. Are you really that anxious to throw your life away? Think a little more highly of yourself, would ya? I stand there in silence. I don't know what to say. Genzo huffs and crosses his arms across his chest, clearly peeved. Finally, sorry. I bring a hand up to my curls and scratch my scalp, then turn to gaze towards the ground. Guess I wasn't really, thinking. Genzo's face softens, hardens, then softens again. Yeah. Just, don't do it again, yeah? You're, important to a lot of people. He lets his arms fall, then crosses them again. Anyway, now what? We're no closer to finding anyone than we were before becoming Wonderland's most wanted. I run a hand through my damp ringlets and my hair peer out across the landscape. I don't... Before I can finish, a flash of movement catches my eye. I turn my attention towards the far bank, where a river twists around the form, and it looks like a small beach. A dock has been erected on the sand, and a boat is slowly gliding its way over from the opposite direction. Ginto follows my gaze. He narrows his eyes. That's freakishly fortuitous. He's not wrong. But at the same time, no, I remember this. The sight of the miniature white river boat is enough to bring fuzzy, shifting images bubbling to the surface of my brain. Yeah, and I remember when I used to have wet dreams every night during my teenage years. But you don't see me anxious to return to that, do you? I ignore him, instead taking the step forward and towards the dock. Iggy. And then I'm off, jogging towards the boat and the river beyond. Fuck. Genzo clutches his hand and starts after me. Can't you listen to your logically sound knight for a change? I get to the wooden steps of the dock just as the boat comes to a halt on the other end of the pier. Jesus. Genzo huffs behind me as he rums to catch up. To the left of the dock is a cheery red and white sign that reads Kitty Cruise on it. Past it, I see a river folk with the right channel leading to the river fork, with the right channel leading back along the direction we just come, and the left leading deeper into the unknown. I point towards the boat like some sort of overwrought tour guide. We can take this. Better than walking, that's for sure. Eggs, are you even listening to the words coming out of your mouth? And what does the logically sound knight suggest? Going back for a picnic with a giant man-eating eyeball? I jerk a thumb in the direction we just came from. That's Genzo glances from me to the boat, then back to me. Come on, it'll be fine. Don't you remember riding this thing? You used to, you used to love it. I urge to start up the steps. Iggy. Genzo follows, but none too happily. I just have a weird feeling, is all. Almost like, except that his senses cut off as he runs straight to my back with a pillowy oomph. A jovial, high-pitched voice has stopped me in my tracks. We both just stand there for a moment, glancing at each other. Come and ride the kiddie cruise and sail the waves for days. Adventures like you never had in the end of your malaise. Someone's singing? I step towards the railing, leaning over the peak at the ground below. It's a flower. Brilliant white petals adorned with its oversized heads, its glossy green leaves shimmy with its dance-like movements. He also steps up to the railing next to me, blinking curiously. That's different. The flower twists atop its roots as though looking up at us. Cap of orange, scant of heights. The pallid yearnings you cloak are trite. Oh, whoops, I backscrolled for some reason. I don't know how I backscrolled. Are more glaring than your loss of height. I raise a brow. What's that supposed to mean? Means this cheeky flower is about to get its roots flayed, that's what. Genzo starts climbing up and over the railing. The flower brings its leaves up to its chalky yellow gynosium. As though slapping its hands to its cheeks in fright, it recoils at Genzo's approach. This gentle flower, locked in its earthen cage, warns not the fruits of your misplaced rage. Genzo snorts. I can't help but laugh. It's just a flower again. No need to get so worked up. Says the one not getting ridiculed by it. Just ignore it. Come on. Genzo huffs but calms. He readjusts his cap on his head with a cavalier twist. Nods once at the flower, then steps back towards the dock. Flower waggles its leaves, this time seemingly turning attention to me. Afraid to reach out, afraid to try, but fear rules your life. Life will pass you by. I stop, blink, stare down the flower. The words strike something in me, and my fingers curl tight around the wood of the railing. Fear, huh? I chew on the inside of my cheek. What do you want, Iggy? A sensation in the back of my, on the back of, on my back makes me jump, snapping me out of my reverie. I flip my head back to see Genzo eyeing me in concern. Hey, you okay there? Got all quiet all of a sudden. He pulls his hand back. I just stare at him for a moment. My chest feels funny, tight and floaty at the same time. Like I'm standing at the top of a tall cliff and wondering if I should jump. I finally turn away, running a hand across my forehead. I'm fine. Just a flower, ain't it? Isn't that what you told me? Ballsy things just spouting nonsense anyway. Yeah, you're right. I concede sheepishly. Guess I would be too hard if I would be too if I had to stay at one spot all day. I finished with a laugh. You got that right. I'd be going out of my mind. Come on, let's get on the boat. We start up the steps, wood creaking beneath our shoes. The boat is still anchored at the end of the dock, almost as though waiting for us. It bobs up and down gently in the current. See? It looks fine. I toss a hand towards it. Genzo doesn't look quite as convinced. He peers down at it, hands at his hips. Then brings his hand up towards his chin, chewing his finger. I can hear him mumbling beneath his breath. He starts pacing back and forth between the boat's bow and stern, almost as though inspecting it for faults. Does it have your seal of approval? I guess it looks fine. I don't know, Wiggs. I've just got a really weird feeling about it. We'll just be extra alert. I say before promptly stepping forward and into the boat. Genzo starts and half reaches out as though wanting to help, then just as quickly pulls back. He waits for me to sit down on one of the wooden benches before clambering in after me. For a moment, I worry that it might sink under my weight. We're quite a bit larger than when we were last time we rode, but it ultimately holds true. Is there something we need to do to get started? Genzo takes the seat across from me and glances around. I don't remember. Classic. Fortunately, we're not left in the dark for long. Only a few seconds later, the water wheel in the back slowly chugs to life. With a shudder, the boat begins to glide across the water. The river is calm, smooth, and the boat cuts through the water like butter, slowly but steadily. Once it reaches a fork in the river, it turns left automatically, taking us further away from our cottage and the rabbit guards and the hellish ocular creature. Genzo still looks a bit nervous. I catch him throwing furtive glances from one side of the boat to the other. Try to relax a little, yeah? Look, you look like you're about to have an aneurysm. For what? For once, he doesn't say anything. Instead, just grunting and shuffling his feet. I scratch at my bare arm. My still damp clothes cling to my skin, cold and heavy, and whenever the breeze rolls in, I feel myself shiver. We round the bend, now drifting dreamily past the colorful scenery. Knolls of gold and green slope upwards and away from the river bank, and red and purple trees stretch towards the orange sky. Decorating the ground are flowers of all shapes and sizes, cattails, tufts of white cottonweed, all of it seemingly untouched with no signs of life to disturb it. Across from me, Genzo looks like he's finally starting to relax. He's no, he's no longer shifting back and forth, and his face looks more tired and strained. He slides his hat off, scratches his damp curls, tugs it back over his head. It, it's not often I see Genzo so uncomfortable. To, the, to this day, I'm not sure if he doesn't get rattled easily or he's just good at hiding it. I turn my attention back to the wheel at the helm. It's creaking gently back and forth, keeping us centered in the middle of the waterway and continuing our journey upriver. It's calming. A gentle lull, the sound of lapping water. I let my eyes flutter closed, taking advantage of the moment to release the built-up tension in my shoulders. The current is likely to put me to sleep before long. When I open my eyes, I see Genzo staring at me. I sit up just a little straighter, and suddenly self-conscious. What? He looks away, almost guilty, as though he'd been caught doing something he wasn't supposed to. Just didn't want to forget what you look like. I bite the inside of my lip. Oh, I say simply. I see. As for me, though, I'll gladly forget. I'm ugly as fuck. I mean, wow, I kind of wish I never found that out. You're not ugly. You're not ugly, I quickly retort. Too quickly, almost. To the point that I immediately regret it and drop my gaze. Genzo doesn't respond. He sits up, hands clasping and unclasping. He seems to be looking at anywhere but me. After the last few moments of silence, he stands there with a grunt wandering over to the railing. He gazes off into the trees. Damn, though, this whole thing is sure bringing back a fuck ton of memories. He turns back, half sitting in the railing, and reaches for his pockets, pulling out his carton of cigarettes. It must take him a moment to find a dry one, because he studies it for a moment. Then brings it to his lips. One flick, two flicks. With three flicks of the lighter, the flame bursts to life, and soon he's puffing away, eyes staring vacantly at the side of the boat. There's something about that image. Him leaning against the railing like that, smoke marbling off his head above his head. Why is it so familiar? I close my eyes for a moment, and when I open them, it's darker and colder, and Genzo's looking about 12 years younger. He's dressed pretty sharp, sleeves of sleeves of his sport coat rolled up to his elbows, tie undone and hanging around his neck, and he has his hair gelled up the way he always used to wear it after prom. That's when it's been. He's half sitting against one of the bike racks, just outside the cafeteria. Night sky bright with the moon as he sneaks to smoke. I can see him from the window inside, just sitting out there by himself. I push the glass door open with my elbow and step out to join him. Thought you were got lost or something. It's chilly without a coat, but somehow refreshing compared to the built up of teen sweat permeating the gym. Hmm? He glances over the sound of my voice, grins. Me? I'm never lost. Just taking a different route than everyone else. You should you should have seen Hooner at bingo. Lucky fucker won an iPod shuffle. Genzo stretches his arms over his head. I'm holding out my luck for the raffle. Daddy's gonna win himself a Dell. Confident, are we? I laugh and take a seat next to him. He holds out his water bottle, but with a with a little No thanks. I'm not getting expelled with only a few months left. Aw. He he shakes his head and takes a sip. Now that I'm only now that I'm close, the smell is much stronger. The bottle has been full when he brought it in. N- Now there's only about a third left. You'd never get expelled. Everybody loves you. Me though, they jizz their pants to kick me out of my ass. A grin. Let the fuckers try, I say. He shakes his fist at some unknown entity in the sky. Aw, it's cute. Oh, that's super cute. Uh, okay, Genzo, that's a bit. Oh, there you go. There you go, buddy. He sits there unmoving. I can see him gumming the end of a cigarette. Then a hiccup. He brings his arm to wipe his nose at his nose. Maybe you really should put that bottle away for a while. I wince. Somebody's definitely gonna notice. You know, I'm really gonna miss ya. Hmm? Mr. College Boy over here, off to bigger and better places, getting your fancy schmancy degree. It's only an hour away. Not like I'm leaving the planet. I try to laugh. Besides, I'll be back. A pause. You decided what you're doing yet? Hmm. Maybe I'll get go into bikes. Bikes? Yeah, you know, everybody loves bikes. So by association, everybody would love me. I'll be the most popular gent in town. By the time you come back, you'll need an appointment just to talk to me. A bird hoots softly up from up amongst the branches overhead. Yeah, get my own little shop. That'd be nice. Now he's rubbing at his pant leg, again and again, as though trying to rub through the fabric. He opens his mouth, closes it. When he pulls the cigarette away to let out a plume of smoke, I can see his fingers shaking. He finally says, "Can I tell you something?" I raise a brow. Of course. Then you can always tell me anything. His mouth twitches. He, he's really shaking now. I can even feel it against my shoulder. Again, what's wrong? You're acting super weird. But at that moment, the door pops open and Gidget comes running out, her blonde hair dancing behind her. Iggy, they're opening up the bouncy castle. Come on, you have to go on it with me. Her hands find mine, that she's tugging me up and off the bike rack. All I can do is laugh. Okay, okay, okay. I throw a glance back at Genzo as I'm being dragged inside. Come on, Gen, bouncy castle. We pass by Orlum at the door, who's just watching us, shoulders hunched as he wrings his hands. I catch a throwing a look at Genzo before dashing after us, rat tail bouncing. Wait for me! I frown, but not in my memory. Back in the present. I hadn't thought about after prom in I don't know how long. It had been the last time the five of us had felt like a unit. Our own little group. With honorary member Hooner, of course. After that, we'd all gone our separate ways for a while. College, community college, vocational school, in Genzo's case. But even after we'd all eventually returned, it had been quite the same. Though strangely, we all had returned. Bucks and Hooner had, despite Hooner being accepted into a PhD program on the East Coast. Gidget had, despite Lambrook being the last place you would look for a modeling gig. Even I, despite the few semi-tempting offers from startups in California. Almost like no matter what, something has always been drawing us back here. I glance back up at Genzo, who's now wandering in the length of the boat, checking out the helm. He looks so short next to that big wheel, I almost laugh. Don't steer us into any icebergs, I say with a grin and push myself to my feet. What do you think? What do you think's controlling this thing? He muses, giving it a little flick with his hands. What do you think makes anything in this place do? Whatever it does. I gesture vaguely at the surroundings. Skittles. Definitely Skittles. I chuckle, hands in my pockets as I let my gaze settle, focus somewhere around the far trees. That's when I see it. A sign. It's a small wooden and perched up along the right-hand bank. The word the words collector's territory ahead have been painted on it in heavy red strokes. That's My gaze jumps to the water, which has started to take a yellowish hue. I take a step backwards. My tongue feels like a dry sock against the roof of my mouth. What's wrong? You don't like Skittles? We're approaching the next curve, Joey swiftly peacefully. But something about the air makes the hair on my arms stand straight up, and my fingers tingle with electricity. With a jolt, I grab Genzo's arm and drag him back to the benches. Close your eyes. I push him down before he can protest. What? Genzo brows straight to the sky. I'm trying to press Genzo's palms against his eyes. Just do it. There's no time to explain. Close your eyes and don't open them until the boat stops. Promise me. Jesus, Eggs. First you act like I'm crazy for not trusting this thing, and now you go ballistic. Pick one and stick with it already. Just promise me, okay? Genzo waves his arms in disbelief, but he closes his eyes all the same. Alright, I promise. Jesus. I watch him for a second, making sure that he has them absolutely closed for good. I then follow suit, folding my forward and covering my eyes with my palms. Then I wait. Sitting there, elbows digging into my knees, toes curled into my soggy sneakers, and sweat gathering at the crook of my neck. I can hear the water lapping against the sides of the boat. I can feel the rhythm of the water wheel against my backside, the gentle swell pushing us forward. Calm. Quiet. I turn the inside of my cheek, fingers sticky and forehead damp. Waiting. We must be past the curve now. A tickle of embarrassment starts to play at the back of my neck. What's wrong with me? Genzo's right. First not paying attention to anything he was saying, then suddenly freaking out and making him play along. Why did it get louder all of a sudden? I mean, I know this happened in the first arc, but it's still creepy the second time. He must think I'm a complete idiot. Tendrils of shame work their way up to my chest, making my face feel flush and hot. My stomach feels like it's being tied in 50 different knots. Though who am I kidding? You probably thought I was an idiot. Or at the very least a weirdo recluse with no social skills. He probably only talks to me because he feels sorry for me. Pitiful. And now, to do something like this? I should just look already. There's nothing there. At least I can get this embarrassment over with. My cheeks, my neck, my back. I feel so hot. How with shame. You can never like me. My breath comes out as shaky as feverish, leaving moisture on my wrists. I'm a disgrace. Just look already, you idiot. No. I've done this before. I've definitely done this before. I'm not going to let it happen again. I press my hands into my eyes, hard enough to make them pound. And that instant of pain, the heat leaves. My chest unclenches. The coolness washes over my body, like a breath of fresh air. What the fuck? I wipe my damn forehead to keep my eyes clamped shut. That was weird. I never had thoughts like that before. I mean, sure, my self-esteem has never been the greatest, but nothing like that. It's the boat. It has to be. I rock my heels back and forth and lick my lips. Oh wait, what? When did I hit the H key? There's still only the sound of water past the boat, the gentle rocking motion. Something brushes past my neck. The fuck? I sit up straight like a rod. What the fuck was that? There's something out there. There's something here in the boat with us. Shit. Another brush. This time against my side. I can feel the cloth of my shirt flutter against my skin. That sound. I can hear it. Its breath. It crackles and pops mere inches from my ear. Almost like it's opening its mouth, opening its jaw, preparing to eat me whole. No. Now it's playing with my hair. I can feel it shifting through my curls, dancing across the surface of my scalp. It rises and squirms almost like a nest of snakes. Then lower. It curls beneath my chin. Lower. Sneaking underneath my collar and my shirt, brushing against my clavo. Shit. I have to look. It's the only way to stop this. I brace myself, letting my hands slowly fall away from my eyes, then grow and jerk myself away with a new burst of concentration. The feeling disappears. No more strange caresses to my skin. No more brushes against my clothes. Fuck, that was close. Get a hold of yourself, Iggy. Don't you see what it's doing? I bite down on my lips so hard I could taste blood in my mouth. My body feels heavy and cold, like someone's draped a heavy blanket over my shoulders. My breath comes out ragged, as though I've just run a marathon. I curl my arms around my midsection, rocking back and forth atop my seat. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, merrily, life is but a dream. I clenched my eyes even tighter, trying to ward off the feeling of dread crawling its way up my skin. Row, row, row your boat. Yep, he's just singing along. I can feel it in my arm, warm, throbbing heat that wants to burst out of my veins. My head swims. Life is but a dream. Open your eyes, Iggy, we made it. Genzo? Genzo's voice is soft and comforting. And despite myself, I feel my guard dropping. Come on, Iggy, let's go. It's just the two of us. But Genzo, we'll be together forever, right, Iggs? Right? Only this time, his voice sounds much younger. Fuck. I bring my hand to my forehead, pressing against my eyes. This isn't real. This isn't real. I shake my head, take a deep breath, start humming anew. Why did you abandon me? Don't you like me anymore, Eggs? It's your fucking fault. Your fault I fell down those stairs. And now and now you don't even want to come visit me? That's not true. That's not true. I was all alone in that hospital. And then you wouldn't even help me when I finally came back to school. I had to get fucking Orlum to help me with my stuff. I was busy. I was busy. Busy? Busy or scared? That's when the scream starts. Fuck, 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 fuck. I clench my eyes even tighter. Scared that your best friend might want to... No, 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 no. I bite down on my tongue so hard that I can taste blood flow in my mouth. Make it stop. Make it stop. And you're too scared now always too scared to help me when I really need you. I can't breathe. My head is pounding. Every nerve across my body is sending jolts of panic straight to my brain. Make it stop. Iggy! Oh, no, 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 no. I'm not looking. Nope, nope. Not even a little bit. Not even 1 second. Alright, well, it doesn't seem like we're gonna have much choice. I can't take it anymore. With a choked sob, I begin to crack my eyes open, only for a sudden sensation to snap the spell. My muscles jump, nearly sending me straight off the perch. Somebody's grabbed my wrist. I panic for a moment until I realize it's Genzo. The real Genzo. Not the one in my head. Upon this realization, I slam my eyes shut, and just a glimmer of light begins peeking through my lashes. Not in my head. And fuck. Fuck. His grip is so tight, it's cutting off the circulation in my hand, but I don't care. Instead, I focus on that feeling of warmth, my safety net, keeping me grounded in reality. In the next moment, the boat hits something and comes to a sharp stop, nearly sending me over to the floor. I sit there, listening. Are we there? It's quiet, save for the gentle lapping of the water beneath the boat. And we're definitely not moving anymore. I chance it. Right. That's the first thing I notice. I had my eyes closed so long that the orange daylight now seems exceptionally bright. I blink against the glare, tears still streaking my cheeks, and attempt to survey my surroundings. We're at another dock, bobbing lazily in the water. My head shoots immediately to the side, looking for Genzo, needing to see him. I still He's still hunkered down in the seat across from me, his eyes closed and features contorted. His fingers are still wrapped around my wrist, so tight that his knuckles have gone white. Genzo, I say softly at first, then louder as he doesn't respond. Genzo! Still nothing. So I reach down and pry my fingers away. This finally does the trick. His eyes pop open in surprise and confusion. I can see the beads of perspiration dappling his cheeks and forehead. He takes a moment to look around before finally honing in on me. Oh, are we here? It seems like it. The boat stopped at least. And I nod in the direction of dock. Get, guess that means we should get off. Yeah, right. Sure. You okay? Oh, yeah, sure. He pulls his collar and rises to his feet. Guess I just got a little seasick there. We disembarked the boat in silence. It stayed on the dock unmoving. Genzo's hand finds my shoulder, but he says nothing. He just stands there with his fingers curled into the fabric. I bring my own hand up and give his knuckles a squeeze. Come on, Pat seems to lead this way. I point past the end of the dock and towards where a valley of dirt winds itself off and away from the river, bordered on either side by more trees. Yeah, but Genzo's voice lacks the usual vivacity. We start to trek our way from the river without another word, just the two of us, walking down a dreamlike path in a world of fantasy, with no idea where to go, or what to expect next. I'm not sure how long we walk. 20 minutes, 30, an hour? Time feels strange, almost as though it's not passing at all. Yet when I think back to the cottage of discovering that hole in the tree, it always feels like a lifetime ago. And strangely disconnected? I try to think about my apartment, about work, about the party. They all feel fake. Did any of that really happen? Of course it did. That's my life. That's me. I look down at my hand as though it might reveal an answer to some unspoken question. And my mind drifts back to the voice in the tree. What do you want, Iggy? I glance over at Genzo, who has his hands shoved in his pockets, and his gaze pointed at his toes. What do you wish for more than anything else in the whole world? I bring my hand to run through my hair. I'll tell you once you've gotten yourself hitched, you popped out 2.5 kids and a white picket fence to corral them. How about that? And then we'll be able to have ourselves a good laugh about it. I shake my head, clear my thoughts. Sigh. All of a sudden, my footsteps change in timber. I glance down to see a dirt path giving way to cobblestone. Oh? I stop for a moment, studying the new pavement. Did we find the yellow brick road? Genzo takes his opportunity to survey the landscape. Though the foliage veiling the upcoming bend, I spy a spattering of bright colors, too bright even for the otherworldly trees. There's something there. I extend the energy for a short jog, making me round the trees and in front of what I can only describe as a gigantic billboard. I stop, take it in. I feel my eyes go about 5 sizes bigger. Jesus, Genzo trots up next to me, equally as stupefied. It's Gidget, only larger than life and wearing very little clothing. She's lying at her side, head propped in her hand and holding a martini glass to the other. She's winking at the camera. At us. Next to her are the words, "Come visit Wonderland's hottest goddess," in bright purple print. My jaw goes slack. That's a sight of Gidget I've never seen before. Genzo's brow reaches for the sky. You can say that again. Genzo cocks his head and look at me. He chews the inside of his cheek, saying nothing more. A gurgle of unease rises of my bowels as I take in the image of the sign. My stomach twists. Thinking about her like this? I shake my head. To say it makes me feel uncomfortable would be an understatement. I turn away from the billboard, looking up instead further up the path. It's bordered by other smaller placards that stick up to the ground like signposts. All of them sport Gidget in some gorgeous dress, in some bright summer symbols, some in ridiculous getups that look like they come straight out of a fantasy or a horror movie. I'm normally all for exploring your passions, but this is a little excessive. She did all this here? No, she did it in her backyard. And so we make our way down to the Gidget-lined path. Her smile follows us, sometimes sweet, sometimes sultry, sometimes downright sinful. I can't help but feel like every single one of them is aimed straight at me. 20 placards later see us enter to a small village. Alright, I think this is actually a good time to stop for now. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like, comment what you think, share this video with your friends, and be sure to subscribe, click the bell so you miss a single notification. I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.
You say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason.